Welcome back everybody, I'm Nick930, and last week, I was able to go hands-on with the hotly anticipated new multiplayer extraction game by Embark Studios, Arc Raiders, and was able to check out more of the available content set to accompany its official launch this Thursday. That includes all the new locations, new weapons, new gear, and in general, a more complete look at the game's core gameplay, including the all-important endgame content. And today, I want to share with you some of the fun details that I picked up on while playing, and what you can expect when it launches October 30th for PC on Steam and the Epic Game Store, along with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles. Now, before we get started, I do want to thank the game's developers, Embark Studios, for sponsoring this preview, and for inviting me to try out the game early to capture footage. I also want to give a special shout out to Level Cap and Big Fry for helping out with this video, as I had experienced some unrelated power outages during the capture session that corrupted some of my footage. Thankfully, those outages eventually subsided, so I did get to play plenty of the game afterwards, along with a great deal of time during the weekend's server slam event as well. For those wondering, all my footage here will be captured on the PC, with the settings pushed up to their highest values at a native 4K resolution, and using a controller for smoother camera motion. Though the game does of course support keyboard and mouse as well if you prefer that extra precision. Alright, so first things first, what is Arc Raiders? Well, Arc Raiders is a PvPvE multiplayer extraction action adventure game. That's a pretty long-winded way of saying it's an extraction shooter, where you visit the shattered remnants of an apocalyptic Italian countryside, search for valuable loot, fight off robots, and sometimes contend with other players. The catch is that there's no respawning, so if you can't bring that valuable loot back to an extraction point, that loot's not coming with you, and it might even end up going home with another player instead. It's an extremely tense experience, as you never really know what to expect, and so going in with a group of friends is generally the way to go. Though, if you're short on friends, the game's built-in communication tools and ping system are extremely user-friendly. So much so that I was able to keep in contact with this one completely random player I met for a good 2 hours straight, simply pinging locations, using radial responses, and referencing the map to keep us on track. The automated character voices that call out based on these pings is also very well implemented, ensuring that you're being given helpful audio cues from pings alongside those visual indicators, keeping you informed even when you're not using your microphone. That being said, the quality of the game's voice chat feature, which we were encouraged to try and make use of before we began our play session, is surprisingly good. At first, I was skeptical, considering I've been relying on third-party apps like Discord for years. But Arc Raiders' built-in proxy chat is really cool. Voices of my teammates come in extremely clear, and actually sound as if they're coming straight from the character models themselves. And when obstructed by the environment, those voices will actually sound muffled or echo depending on where you're standing. Just listen to this interaction we had during one of our sessions, and you'll get where I'm coming from here.
Raider, there. Raider.
Sorry.
Raider, there.
What did he say? What's he say?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Raiders. How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Together? Good. It's the final
Okay.
raid. We're just looking to explore and hang and vibe. I mean, we can throw down if you want to throw down.
Raider, there. Raider. Okay.
We're just looking to explore and hang and vibe. I mean, we can throw down if you want to throw down. We got a bigger gun than you're gonna win.
Okay, guys, let's enjoy the scenery.
I mean, we can throw down if you want to throw down. No, I'm just kidding. You got a bigger gun than me. You're gonna win.
All good, guys. Enjoy the scenery, you know.
It's a great addition to the game, and should make interactions with those random bands of players much more interesting. Assuming they're interested in talking first, of course.
If you, I have a snap hook in my safe pocket. If you pick me up, I will give it to you. I will take it out of the safe pocket, but please
Okay,
just let me live.
let's look for it, guys. Okay.
It's in my safe pocket.
Thank
You're
you
just not
very
gonna show up. He deserves to go to trial.
Regardless of how you interact with each other, Arc Raiders' moment-to-moment gameplay is delivered from a traditional over-the-shoulder third-person perspective, with the ability to run, jump, sprint, and slide, along with things like shoulder swapping and context-sensitive interactions with the environment. Because of this, players should play to the perspective strengths and keep their Arc Raider concealed around corners to peek for any potential threats, and avoid open ground when possible, using the thick vegetation and shadows to avoid sticking out in the more open sightlines. Combat mechanics feel strong, with good hit feedback and a moderate time to kill, ensuring you can not only down an enemy with well-placed consecutive shots, but you do have a chance to react from sudden ambushes too. Shields are a big part of this, as players can equip high-level shields with more hit points to stay in the fight longer. Special augments like this can also be equipped to balance using more powerful shields, usually forcing players to choose things like extra carry capacity over their shield strength. As for the weapons, you can expect to find a decent starting arsenal to play around with, including pistols, SMGs, hand cannons, shotguns, grenade launchers, Gatling guns, and long-range rifles. All these guns seem to pack a decent punch, though be careful which weapons you do bring to a fight, as some are designed solely to deal with the Arc AI enemies and not other players. Grenades and other gadgets also seem to come into play a lot in this game, with bandages and shield regenerators being some of the most key items to take with you, while other unique tools like a rubber duck can be used to draw enemy AI into groups of players for fun ambushes. Arc enemies are likely going to be the most common threat that you'll run into throughout southern Italy, as aerial wasps, snitches, and rocketeers patrol the sky, while deadly bison, ticks, pops, and the new bombardier roam the fields and valleys below. Fighting these enemies is entirely optional, though due to their increased abundance in high-risk areas, you're likely to run into them more often than not. So it's worth using them tactically to replenish certain ammo types or track other human players in the world once they make noise. Altogether, the combat feels pretty nicely balanced right out of the gate, though there's still plenty more real-world testing that will need to be done to determine if there's any real standouts or other balancing issues. Then of course, we have to talk about the game world itself that you're going to be exploring. Arc Raiders takes place in a post-apocalyptic depiction of Campania in southern Italy, referred to as South Calabretta in game, or rather, the Rust Belt. Despite maintaining its natural beauty, the valleys and cliffsides of this Mediterranean coastline play host to a deadly mechanized threat known as the Ark, a collection of mysterious robotic AI-controlled robots that have taken to the land and air and have driven the human race below ground in various tunnel networks and underground settlements, including one, Speranza, that serves as the narrative hub for all players and their allies. To take advantage of the untapped potential of the dangerous surface world, bold opportunists called Arc Raiders have taken it upon themselves to loot the remnants of the old world, usually getting into fights with powerful Arc robots or each other. The player takes on the role of one of these raiders, and will need to participate in the steady expansion of Speranza as they not only grow their character, but uncover the mystery of the Arc threat itself, and help to stave off humanity's extinction. I can't say it's the most original concept, though the game's more lighthearted tone, vibrant environmental design, and its retro 80s throwback musical score and UI help to add some much-needed personality to the overall experience. At launch, Arc Raiders features 4 key playable areas. There's the Battlegrounds, previously showcased in the game's Server Slam weekend, that features forests and hillsides surrounding a large dam and research center. Then there's the Buried City, that feels more urban-focused, with more of a desolate desert direction, and plenty of building-to-building combat opportunities. The Blue Gate appears to be one of the larger maps, with several cliffside towns, old abandoned forts, and the remains of colossal robots scattered along a dried-up riverbed. And finally, there's the Spaceport, a much smaller area that offers a unique hidden bunker opportunity that locks away some valuable loot that players will need to battle each other for in order to secure. though standard loot extraction is still an option here as well, and the spaceport offers a lot of these industrial tunnels, catwalks, and other unique environments to explore. Overall, the launch maps offer some strong biome diversity and much needed variety for this type of game, and no doubt serve as a launch point for additional locations to be added during the game's live service plans. Once players are done looting the surface, they can return home to Speranza, where they'll accept new quests necessary for earning XP and ranking up their character. Skill points earned from this progression can then be applied to the player's skill tree, which offer key improvements to the player's raider, including things like improved endurance, which I highly recommend investing in early on. Alongside player upgrades, players should also prioritize trading loot in their inventory with various traders, both to get some extra credits and to get necessary resources to invest in other personal workshop upgrades like the workbench, gunsmith, and medical lab that can be used to craft items using more common resources found all throughout the game world. It's your standard progression fare, with skill tree, crafting, trading, level XPs, challenges to boost that XP, and tiered gear to steadily improve the effectiveness of things like weapons. And I appreciate how the system is handled through menus to help speed up this whole process, as opposed to having an actual hub world where you need to walk back and forth like in other games. Though, the option to walk around Speranza, at least for the sake of immersion, would be nice to see added in the future, especially as it could be a nice hub area to show off your cosmetics to other players. So overall, Arc Raiders seems to have a lot going for it, with a good PvPvE ecosystem set up, gorgeous art and visual direction, and some fun mechanics like the proximity chat that will no doubt result in plenty of entertaining interactions between groups online. Because this is a controlled preview of the game, and a sponsored piece at that, I'm not ready to give a definitive final review of the game just yet, especially as we may discover that rebalancing of certain gear and weapons may be necessary the more that players will play around with different combinations. But as it stands, I can see myself dropping in more often than I expected to in this apocalyptic Italian coastline, and I look forward to seeing how this project evolves moving forward. But what do you guys think? Are you excited to explore the worlds of Arc Raiders? Or were you expecting something different? Let me know in the comments section. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe for more video content posted every week.